Well, here over the past few days, we have had so many pop-up storms. It's time now to ask your meteorologist, Jack Griffin, what's causing all these sudden downpours? So you're going to kind of break it down for us.
So when you walk outside, does it feel a little humid?
Oh, my hair is not a fan, Jack.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of moisture in the air, and that creates really good environments for these really heavy downpours to occur in these little cells that we have out there.
Why does it make it like such a heavy downpour for just a brief amount of time, though? Just because of that humidity?
Just the humidity, yep. There's a lot of moisture from the ground all the way up into the atmosphere, and so the cloud has a lot to work with, and they get heavy.
There you go.
And then just comes on down.
Oh my goodness, and that picture in the video we saw yesterday of the streets. Just,
yeah, I've got.
I mean,
I'm saying.
Stealing your thunder.
No, but like it's because it's.
It happens so fast.
It happens so fast, yep. And then some people didn't get anything. So that's kind of what we have out there right now. If we take Max 1, we've got some of those pop-up showers and storms, and you can see those right there right now in our storm tracker Doppler. They're just like yesterday. They popped up in the afternoon. As we zoom in, though, to Vermilion County, there are some of the heavier ones there, and they're interesting today. They're coming out of the east. Normally they go to the east, but they're coming from that direction. It's a little bit different today. But you've got them, see how they they pulse up where there's a little bit of some red, and then they go away.
It's like they come and leave as fast as they came.
So these, since we don't have a lot of there's not a giant cold front or anything coming on through, it's just these storms that pop up. There's really not much to keep them going, so they just get really big as a cloud. They just rain themselves out, and then that creates more pop-up storms later on in other spots too.
Oh man, well I know there's a lot of events happening now outdoors now that it's starting to warm up. People are getting concerned about, is my event going to be okay? So you've been getting a lot of questions.
We got dry conditions, like for sure dry conditions here for later on in the weekend and into early next week as well. So things will dry out, but I've got another picture up here that kind of describes how we get these storms. So it's sunny out there, obviously, and it's summertime, so the sun is powerful, and that heats up the ground. And then when the ground is warm, there is what we call conduction. So that's the warmth from the ground going up, and once it goes into the air, we then call it convection, and that gets our clouds to become just a little cloud to being a bigger and bigger and bigger cloud. Obviously, then you have condensation, if you remember your water cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Water cycle back from elementary school. So the cloud has the condensation in there, all those raindrops, it gets too heavy, just
down
comes
it
on.
comes,
yep.
And then it starts all over again.
Yeah, because we had a question about why is it so heavy in one spot and not another spot. It's just that they're so small and there's so many of them that you can maybe be kind of on the edge. Have you ever seen that before, where it's raining on one side of the street, not the other side? You know,
not necessarily the same street, but in Tolono, like in my house, there was nothing, but then as I got down the block, there was rain on the streets, and I was like, whoa, it must have missed us.
So it's pretty, you just got to be lucky for you to be where that happens. But really what these downpours are doing is, it's not a gradual wind-up. It's not going from a sprinkle to a moderate rain to a heavy rain. It's either dry or it's just a downpour.
Yes. Is this a turn around, don't drown situation, or can we plow through that? Oh,
I would say
don't try it.
Don't try it. Don't try it, because then we have our roads aren't very good. So there's potholes and things like that. What? You're right. What? And so if your car is already kind of low as it is, and you just don't know how deep it is, just don't do it.
Yeah, take another route.
Yeah, it just takes you just a few extra minutes, because our cars are expensive. You don't want to damage anything. I was young in my days when I was going to college and everything, and I had my grandma's car, and I took it through a giant puddle because I thought it'd be cool. I didn't float it or anything, but burned out the oxygen sensor on there and had to pay a couple $100s for that. So.
And I bet Grandma wasn't happy.
No. She was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I was storm chasing," and she's like, "Well, you can't do that." And so that's why we always say, turn around, don't drown, because even in the city, in the towns, you don't know what's happening underneath there.
Yeah, so better to be safe than sorry.
That's right.
All right, well, we appreciate you always hanging out with us
Absolutely.
here, keeping us up to date on all of our weather questions. And if you have a question for Jack, you can post it on Facebook, you can email him, you can send him a tweet on Twitter.